everyone. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. We'll get started in a couple of minutes. We'll let a couple people come in. Hope everybody had a really good Tuesday. Hey Kelly, how are you? Did everybody work today? I'm good, Kelly. I actually worked today, and you guys will see the video tomorrow for it, so it'll be released tomorrow morning. Hey Anne, how are you? Oh, I love food. I'm such a foodie, I'm telling you. Oh, hey Corey, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna get started as people are probably gonna join in. So, hi everybody. So, I like I said, I did work today. You guys will see the video tomorrow, so that is kind of exciting. Oh, hello, paramedic Saver. How are you? And so, if you guys don't know, I want to say a quick thank you to Hannibal. I was live with him last night. I had such a fantastic time. So when you guys get a minute, go check it out. We had a lot of fun last night, and we covered a lot of topics from parenting to multi-apping. So go check it out. But tonight, so I have two topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about my weekly review, everything that, kind of happened in a couple of my videos this week, how like my week went, how your week went. And then we're going to go into an update on my journey to becoming a top dasher. Hey Lisa, I'm going to kind of debunk some of the, stuff that was being, comments and, kind of maybe explain myself a little bit better so that way everyone understands why I'm doing it and what my journey is going to look like. So we're going to get into that tonight, and then at the end, if you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. I have no time limits tonight, so, we'll kind of go, we'll play it by ear and kind of go as we're going. So, okay, so this week's review, I have to say, like, I feel as though I had like a really good week, and I feel as though the summer slowdown, knock on wood, in my area is over. So did you guys see the same thing this week? Like, I feel like it was like a really good week. Like, it was a good solid week. And when I say that, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are still, I hate to say Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I feel like it's always going to be like, it's always going to be slow no matter what day, which is why most of us usually take off during those days. But like, I had a kick butt weekend, and I'm not saying it to, brag, but man, I had a kick butt weekend. Friday I was rocking, Saturday and Sunday were rocking, and I got on a Friday night, I got on like Uber Eats roll, and I kind of kept on going, and then Uber Eats and Grubhub kicked butt on Saturday and Sunday. So like, I felt like it was like a turn in some numbers going on. Hey Thomas, how are you? So I felt like it was I felt like I had I'm back. I got my mojo back. Like, I felt like that was what my week was. So let me know if you guys were. Hey, Sandra's got game. How are you? So I feel like, let me know. Did you guys feel like the same way? I'm just curious on what your areas are going after, but, I can't. And then Sunday, I had another good, I don't know whether it's like the football thing, I know when I went home, I watched some of the Jets games before I went back out on Sunday, so I got to watch a little bit of football, not a lot, but I felt like, maybe football is a good thing for Sunday. Maybe Sunday's like my new favorite day to work. Who knows? But anyway, that was my week. And then I talked about also making friends with your restaurants this week because I had a couple of situations that happened, and I'm just such a firm believer on really making partnerships with your restaurants. And this week people are just so nice. Like, just when you think you're like, I hate people, like someone does something so nice and you're like, oh, I love people, and it's all over again. It's a love fest. And that's what happened this week. I mean, I got a free bagel, I think, last Sunday, which was absolutely fantastic, from the bagel store that I always go into because I was their favorite driver, which is so nice. And then I got a free chips and salsa last week, and yeah, the Cowboys did win. So, it was, I always say this, and I feel like the partnerships, and maybe it's because I developed them over time, like, and maybe it's the gift of gab that I have, like, I just think kindness, and I always say kindness is always free because I feel like it just goes such a long way. And restaurants can help you through this process, or they cannot help you through this process. And it doesn't hurt to be nice to restaurants to help you through, get your orders hopefully quicker. One of my restaurants I go to all the time, JR's, they like literally see my name on the screen and they put my order through before anybody else because they know I'm coming. And that's just a partnership that I formed. And I even joke with them that if sometimes I'll come in, they're like, Kim, we just got the order, it'll be 10 minutes. I'm like, how about 5 minutes? And they do it in like 5 minutes, just because they know, just like we know, time is money, which is just such a thing. But I think it was like Friday or Saturday, and I'll be honest, I did take video of it, but I didn't think it was fair to the driver I was talking about to put it in my video, but I did take video of it. So I'll kind of go more into depth about what happened. So there is this, it was Friday night because I had a really good stacked order. That's why I didn't give the order up. I had a $31 stacked order, and that's when this happened. But went to a sushi place, and they're notorious for being behind every Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sundays. But I knew that going in, but it was $31. I'm not going to give up a $31 order. So I get there, and hey Mushu, how are you? So I go to the sushi place, and so first of all, the restaurant is closed. They still only do pickup. And you're only allowed to like one person in this small like a vestibule at a time. So I'm about the next person to go in because some woman's in there, and this lady's like arms are like wailing all over the place, and she's like pointing her finger, and I'm like, darn, what got her all upset? Hey William, how are you? So, oy vey. So she comes out, and she has like, you can see her phone, and it's like the DoorDash screen. So she's like a driver, and I'm like, holy moly. So I'm like, okay, I understand everybody's frustrated, and I get frustrated, but I never let anybody show it. So I go in, and they know me by name, and they're like, hey Kim. I'm like, hey, how are you? And they're like, sorry, we're really backed up. It's like 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I get it. It's Friday. And yeah, so I'm in my car, and this lady, this dasher, keeps going, hey, Delivering with Ellen, how are you? Hey Lisa, hey UDM, how are you? So this lady like every 2 minutes goes like into the restaurant and is like still like pointing her fingers, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this lady's like gonna get herself deactivated because man, she was just a piece of work. That's the only thing I can say. And the only thing I kept saying is, if it's really that serious, just cancel the order. And I just couldn't understand. But when she would come out, like she would literally, anybody who would listen to her, whether it was another driver, whether it was a customer, like she would literally just like start like yapping, and it was so loud that I was in my car, and like I could hear her in my car, and it was just horrible. But that makes me think, like, I see it all the time, and let me know if you guys see it all the time. Like I feel I feel as though like some drivers are just not nice to restaurants, and they're short-staffed, and I almost feel bad for some of them because there's signs everywhere, help wanted, and unfortunately that's just the state of a lot of restaurants right now. And I feel really bad for some of these restaurants, and sometimes we have to be patient, and if you don't want to wait, cancel the order. It's kind of like that simple. And I was just looking at that lady and going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I was almost embarrassed for her. And I'm just saying, be kind to your restaurants. And I was almost thinking like reverse psychology. I'm like, if I was a restaurant, would I delay her order even more because she is being the way she is? I was going to say not a nice word there, but I'm like, are they going to delay her order? Because why would I give her order? She's being that mean. Let's just make her wait even more. Or if you're nice, they might go, okay, let's get her out there quickly. And I got my order before the lady got her order, and I got my order in like 15 minutes, and I'm like, peace out. So it just makes me think that, just be kind to your restaurants, make those partnerships, because they can make you and get you out quicker and make your wait time shorter. And it's just kind. It's nice. I don't know what else to say besides that. And I'm pretty sure we've all had those situations that we've all like witnessed, like other drivers, and you're like, you just shake your head like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I can't believe I'm witnessing this. And I've witnessed a lot of times just some drivers just get downright nasty, and I'm like, what's the purpose? Like, there's no purpose behind it. And that's why I always preach I always say what I preach, because kindness is always free. So anyway, that was kind of my week. So just let me go into comments real quick, and then we're going to move on to my top dasher journey, and I'm going to clarify a whole bunch of stuff so that way, and I'll also answer any questions you guys have about it as well. So yeah. Okay, let's also say hi to people I haven't said hi to. Hi Lisa, hi, you said hi Kelly, hi Mushigo, hi William, Sandra's got game, hi, delivering with Ellen, hi, UDM, thank you for coming, Farts, hi, Roger C, hi, sorry if I mixed anybody, Axel, hey, how are you? What happened to Friday night's video? What happened to Friday night's video? Did I miss something? I'm pretty abrasive. So William says, I'm pretty abrasive personality, but these people are 100% bogus. Yeah, agreed. I'll always say there's nothing wrong with being professional and being nice and going up to the restaurant and saying, hey, do you know how much longer my wait's going to be? Do you know how much longer this is going to be? How much of a wait? Like, there's always a way of doing it kindly and nicely and professionally, and then there's a way of being ridiculous, and there's a whole bunch of wrong and ridiculous. No, she won't last. Ellen, she will not last long as a driver. Hey Kim, I just had a woman order 1 ice cream sandwich from Quick Check. That's actually kind of funny. Okay. UDM. Oh, that's interesting. Some have admitted to me that they have delayed some drivers' orders because they're rude. I'm just thinking from like a restaurant perspective, like, hey, Roy will be Roy. I just think like, and I guess this is like also my retail like mentality coming back. Like, if there was a rude customer and we were trying to like help them and they were still like really rude and really abrasive, like, it would take forever to get back to them because we're like, why do we have to like keep going to them and get them out quickly because they're just being so rude. So I'm thinking from a customer standpoint and from a restaurant standpoint, I think I would delay their order if they were being so ridiculous. Hey Gig Life, how are you? Okay, so Loosely Crew, I am always nice to employees. They know me now and help me right away when they see me. Kindness is free. It's so true. I'm telling you. And, you know, I really think, you know, I always say that's my motto, kindness is always free, because it costs like legitimately like $0 to be nice to somebody. Like, and it goes such a long way. Like, I'm just such a firm believer, and I walk the walk and I talk the talk every single day. Like, I really believe in saying hello to everybody when I walk in a restaurant. When I'm leaving a restaurant, I'm like, have a good day, everybody. Like, I just think spreading positivity is so much more productive than spreading negativity. That's just me, and you know, I'm always such a super positive and motivating person that, you know, it's just the way that I operate. It's the way I've operated. It's the way I've always operated. I will say though, there are sometimes to be rude when you're trying to get your point across, or if someone's walking all over you and you kind of need to put your foot down. But in general, kindness is always free. Okay. William, I am always awesome to my merchants. That's fantastic, William. Okay, so on to my next topic. So, top dasher, the topic of the week. So I'm going to clarify a whole bunch of things. Sandra, I do not have rum, it's still Coke, but I have wine waiting for me when I'm done. I always do wine on the nights that I'm not driving. Okay. So, top dasher. So I came up with this because all I gotta say is I don't say always, but I had the mindset of denouncing top dasher, and and maybe it's gonna change my mind through this process. I really feel as though acceptance rates don't matter, and I've always had that mentality. But when you think about top dasher, like, I've always denounced top dasher. Like, I don't understand why people are top dashers. Like, it does absolutely nothing for you. But then I was thinking, what do I really know about top dasher? I've never been a top dasher. So how can I denounce it? How can I talk good about it? How can I talk bad about it if I've never been a top dasher? So then I had a crazy thought one day, well, last week, I should say. And I was thinking, and I usually plan out my week on a notepad, and I'm like, is it possible to be a top dasher, still multi-app, and still live by the principles that I preach every single day? So not taking $2.75 orders, like, that's just not me. I don't believe in no tip orders unless, like, they slip it in there somehow. And we all know DoorDash is famous for doing that. But I will say this, that so no tip orders, so no $2.75 orders. My minimum, $1 per mile. I won't go anything under $1 per mile. And taking crazy long journeys, miles, I'm not doing that either. So based on percentages, can I raise my acceptance rate? And I can't cancel anything. That's another thing, because I'm still at, I think, 91 or 92%. So I can't cancel anything. But is it possible? Hey, Gig IQ, how are you? Is it possible to become a top dasher, still be a multi-apper, still do Uber Eats and Grubhub, and somehow become a top dasher in the midst of all of this? And I'm like, hey, why not? I'm always about challenging myself. I am such a goal-orientated person. Hey, Anthony, how are you? I'm such a goal-oriented person that, like, I need to achieve something. I always need to achieve goals. That's why I give myself a goal every single day. And so that's how I came up with the idea. And guys, I don't even know whether it's possible, but I'm going to take you on the journey with me every day. And that's why I came up with the thing that the beginning of my videos, And at the end of the video, I will show you guys my ratings. And then, but this is the thing, I'm not going to allow it to mess with my money at all. And that's another thing, like I'm trying to do this and still maintain my money. And if it messes with my money, like I'm out, I'm cutting my losses and moving on. And that's kind of the concept behind what I'm doing. And I'm a very determined individual, that I will say. But if it's not working, it's not working, and I'll let you guys know it's not working. But so far, so good. I will say that. Like I said, I came off of a really good weekend, but my strategy has changed a little bit coming into this. Like I always talk about know your strategy and really understand your strategy, but your strategy might change based off of the day, what's going on, is the app down, is the not app down. So my strategy has completely changed a little bit to see whether it is possibly to become a top dasher. So, and that's the thing, top dasher. But what really, and is it possible? Like that's the thing. Like is it possible for a multi-apper to accomplish this? So that's and I'm gonna kind of clarify this because I heard like someone said, what do you have to prove? I don't have to prove anything. Like this is completely for me and me doing it myself and challenging it to myself to see if it's even possible. So that's kind of the journey I am taking in the next. I was hoping, and I don't think it's going to happen, I was hoping that I would do it quickly and it would be done by the end of the month. But like some people have tried to do Top Dasher and they only do DoorDash and they take every order to get to Top Dasher, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Like slow and steady wins the race. And it's more about the journey and doing it slowly and doing it according to my principles and what I believe in. Because I'm just not going to do DoorDash. Like, and I hate to, and this is the thing, like Uber Eats and Grubhub, like those are like top money makers for me. I'm not going to give them up and then lose out on my weekly earnings and what I'm trying to achieve as well personally. So that's going to be my interesting journey for however long it takes. So you guys are going to see it. I did create a playlist, so you guys can go back through my playlist for Top Dasher and watch my videos all the way through my Top Dasher journey. But that's kind of it in a nutshell. But if you have any questions regarding it, let me know and I'll answer them the best as I possibly can. And hopefully talking about this tonight clarified a whole bunch of things, and maybe I wasn't clear enough, or maybe I didn't say it loud enough. So I'll be honest, like I don't even, and maybe there's top dashers here tonight that can tell me, but besides hitting dash now and having that ability, like what else does what is top dasher status? Like what does it entail? Like do I get better orders now? Like and the thing is DoorDash, like I think they just like they're not transparent with like a lot of things. Like I don't feel like they do a really good job at explaining what the Top Dasher program is. What's the benefits? I always say, what's in it for me? Like what's in it for a dasher? What's in it for, what's the program? Like I personally don't know. So it should be very interesting. I know a couple of you guys have asked, will orders be better in your area? I have no idea. I won't know until we kind of get that. I will say one thing. In the week or so I think I've been doing this, is I've been noticing a lot more stacked orders, which I wasn't getting up until this point. I don't know whether it's just a coincidence or what it is, but I have been noticing a lot more stacked orders coming my way. So I don't know. It should be interesting, but it could be, I could have done Uber Eats Pro too, and maybe I'll do that next. There are other programs I don't even understand. I will say with Uber Pro though, they're very specific on what you're what you're achieving through each level, which DoorDash doesn't do in my opinion. So it should be very, very interesting experience. Okay. Okay, so a couple of the comments. William, I'm always awesome to my merchants. Good job, William. I'm always nice to employees. They know me now and help me right away when they see me. Kindness is free. Absolutely. Mushigu, I spent 40 years in the restaurant business, and that is the #1 key, making friends with your restaurants. Absolutely. Can we get some wrenches, please? I will get on those wrenches. Okay, so any questions regarding Top Dasher before I move on? Hey, Long Island Dash Experience, how are you? Okay. Hey, Anthony. What is the highest miles you will go? Good question. I always say that if the money is right, I go if the money is right. So I did that $31 stacked order I did on Friday or Saturday. It was 13 miles, but I'm like, $31. I don't care if it's 20 miles at that point. To me, as long as the money talks, I'm going to go where the miles are. And it's the market that you live in. It's the area you live in. So I think it all depends. And some of us, for me, I can hop on the Parkway, which you're going 65, 70 miles an hour. And some of the longer miles are quick orders. But if you're going back roads and you just kind of have to look sometimes at the timing wise of your orders versus your miles. And that's a lot of the way that I make a lot of the decisions. But to me, miles make a difference when you're doing, when you're choosing your orders. But to me, as long as the money's there, do what's right. Okay, thank you, Beach Dude. See, the advantage of Top Dasher is not needing a schedule. I cheat Top Dasher, but found it more efficient to just schedule my hours in advance. Good to know. And in my area, and I'm pretty sure in busier areas, a lot of times my map is pink. I feel like I don't need to schedule a lot because I just go on and my map is pink because I live in a pretty decent area for restaurants wise. And so to me, I'm Top Dasher schedule whenever I want to go, I can do that now. So what's the other benefits? What's the other benefits to Top Dasher? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I am pausing DoorDash. That's the whole key to this. But I do that anyway. Whenever I multi-app, I usually stop DoorDash, I stop Uber Eats, I pause DoorDash, or I go to unavailable for Grubhub. It's a very rare occasion I have everything running at the same time when I'm multi-apping, just because me personally, it's stressful, but I'm also afraid of deactivation as well. So that's kind of the reasoning why I do and why I usually take one order at a time. I will say this week I've been so like, there have been times, obviously we all know we make the mistake and forget to hit pause, and like the order comes in and like, darn it, I forgot to hit pause. And I've been so like so vigilant about making sure I hit that pause button this week. Like, I'm like, I can't make a mistake. I can't make a mistake. Like, that's a percentage point. I can't make a mistake. And it's actually kind of challenging me in a different way as well. And I've also found that I've been doing this too, like, and I would have never in a million years done this before, that if I have a Grubhub order coming in or even an Uber Eats order, like, I'll pause DoorDash before I even look at those orders. So I know, like, DoorDash can't send me in an order as I'm looking at other orders. So I've learned that trick this week too. So I'm like, man, those percentage points, everyone counts. And yes, I am very well aware, and I am a firm believer in this. I really do believe acceptance rates do not matter. So I want to clarify that. I truly believe acceptance rates do not matter. But man, it's fun trying to challenge myself to raise that bad boy. Not only that, Long Island Dasher, not only that, but also seeing if it's sustainable. Should be very interesting. It's an interesting journey. That I can tell you. William Anderson, there's no other benefits. Huh. Well, we'll see. I'll let you know as I go along. There's so many myths behind Top Dasher. I just want to debunk, is that a word? All these myths going on. Like, I think there was even, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, like a couple of months ago, wasn't there an email that went out from DoorDash that basically said if you're a Top Dasher, you're going to be like priority orders and you're going to see better orders, and like, this is like what Top Dasher status means. Didn't I see that email like a couple months ago? I think I have to go back through my email and find that email. But I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't believe it whatsoever, because we all know they lied about the base pay. It's just saying. Royal V. Roy, I'm still boycotting DoorDash still. I don't blame you, Roy. I boycotted DoorDash for a little while myself, so. And I'm still not a lover of DoorDash. I have to admit, I think there's a lot of things wrong with DoorDash, period. I think they are shady. I think they're not transparent. I think they hide things. I think they don't pay well. Like, I can probably go down like a list of like 5,000 things that I find wrong with DoorDash, and I'm not a big DoorDash believer. I'm just trying to figure out if I can challenge myself and actually do it, and how can I, and this is the whole thing, like, how can I really talk about something as a creator if I literally have never been a Top Dasher? I don't know much about Top Dasher, but we're going to find out together. Kelly Drake, that's what everybody wants to know, whether the orders will get better. I will let you know. Kim, I say we do a challenge. You buy us a gift card if you beat us in money for the day, just saying. Sandra's got game. That's really funny. We'll see. I'm always up for a challenge. Corey Jefferson, DoorDash is garbage here in Houston. It's phenomenal garbage. That's funny. Roy, back to work. Right, Lisa. Yeah, I have platinum with Uber Pro now. Oh, good for you, Lisa. What is it? Is it something I should do now? Like, is that something I should, like, should that be my, like, next challenge? Should I try to go for Uber Pro next? Is it easier? Is it harder? Let me know, Lisa. I'm just curious. Long Island Desk Kim, great job on Hannibal. Oh, thank you. You watched? Fantastic. Thank you. It was I had a lot of fun with Hannibal last night. It was, we talked about parenthood and, working in parenthood along with gig work. We talked about, the mental part of gig work. We also talked about multi-apping and just talking about also my my Top Dasher experience and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And we had a really good time. It lasted maybe an hour last night, so it was a good time. So thank you, Hannibal. Delivering with Ellen, that's awesome. My 84-year-old dad has been a Top Dasher for a while now. He says, "Aw, that's great. That's awesome." Hey, Pedro, how are you? Okay. Okay. DAQ. I go based on miles. It's nice that you and other GigTubers are talking about it now. Yeah, miles is a very big, important part of what we do and a lot of the decisions we make. To me, timing and miles and money, like those are like when you're looking at your acceptance screen, like to me those are like the three important steps. You look at money, you look at miles, and then you look at, okay, how long is this going to take me? Because in my case, depending on what your goals are, like I have my own hourly per hour goal, like whatever your goals are, like I always think in the back of my mind is like, if I take this order, can I still achieve my goal per hour? Like I'm always thinking I have to make this much per hour, to make this much per hour. Like how do I keep doing that? And is this order worth taking if is it going to help me achieve to my $25 an hour goal? So it's always thinking the way I think, kind of miles, like I said, if a 7-mile order is only going to take me 14 minutes, heck yeah, I'm going to take it if the money's right, because I can get it done quick in 14 minutes and I can turn around and probably do 2 more orders within the hour. So I just think kind of like all three of those things go hand in hand when you're trying to accept an order. Anthony, do you stay in your area through the night or do you bounce into different areas? I try to stay in my area. I will bounce if my area is not producing anything. It's kind of, I don't believe in driving to hotspots, that I will say, but if like my area is dead, there is like another town over that I'll go to, because there's like a mall over there, and if I go there, I know there's like a lot of restaurants surrounding the mall. It's kind of like my secondary spot that I go to. Oh, Thomas, thank you so much. You pushed me to be better. That was so appreciated and so amazing. Thank you so much. I try to make people better. I try to motivate people. I try to be that positive force to get you guys to hit that go button and go make some money. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here. That's what we do. And, that's one of the things. So that's one of the things, like I am so much of a believer of, I'm out there grinding. That's why I post. I think I do post every single day, because like I feel like I'm like out there with you guys. I'm in the trenches. I get down with you guys every single day, and whatever transpires, you guys come along with me for the journey. So that's usually why I post every single day, and hopefully there's an entertainment value in there whatsoever. On your journey to become Top Dasher, do you find you don't deliver on DoorDash as much? It's probably about this. I'm a multi-apper, so to me it's about the same. I cut back on DoorDash anyway when I kind of got Grubhub and Uber Eats into the mix, because to me, like, they're higher paying, so I would rather take a higher paying order with Uber Eats and Grubhub than DoorDash, who's going to pay me like $5 to like $6, opposed to, Uber Eats and Grubhub, who have like really good payouts. So I already kind of scaled back on DoorDash when I started this. I kind of didn't. I will say though, I kind of figured it out though. So you have to have 100 deliveries in the month in order to become a top dasher. So I have to average 5 to 6 deliveries per day that I work in order to achieve the 100 deliveries in the month. So I did figure out that math already. So I at least have to achieve that. Another goal for me to reach, but I at least have to achieve that every single day as well. Sorry guys, I'm kind of going through this. Long Island Dash Kim, how often would you say the time estimate is accurate in DoorDash and Uber Eats, and what kind of estimates do you give yourself for Grubhub? Since they don't give those estimates, Grubhub is a challenge because they don't show you. They're now showing you miles, so yay for that. Like, I got that this week. I was so super excited when I got that. I was so super excited. So I like turned on, I think, I forget whether it's Friday or Saturday, I went to go take a Grubhub order, and I'm like, oh my God, I have miles. It's a miracle. But they don't show you times. Like, I feel like that's the next thing they need to do. But with Uber Eats, I feel like 95% of the time, they are like on point and they're pretty much accurate. And then also DoorDash, to me, I use them as a guide. If I can do it quicker, then great, I do it quicker. But at least I use it as a guide to know, okay, it's going to take me a half hour, 20 minutes. At least it's a guide to really figure out, okay, it's going to take me this amount of time, or at least they're telling me it's going to take me this amount of time. So at least I use them more as a guide than accuracy. To me, Uber Eats is more accurate. That's just my own personal opinion. Let me know if you guys find the same thing. Okay. Sorry, another question. Do you set monetary goals only, or do you also give yourself goals for number of orders? I do both. So you guys obviously know by watching me, I have monetary goals every single day, and then I also, have weekly goals as well. But me personally, I try to achieve 20 to 25 orders per day. I figured kind of it out that's usually, if I achieve those amounts of orders, that's usually when I break the 200 plus goal for myself per day. Kim, I just sent you Uber Pro. Oh, okay, thank you. I'll take a look at it, Lisa. Thank you. Corey, if I'm a top dasher, I need to hit 1,200 earnings for the week. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And I'm the same way. If I'm not achieving my monetary goal, I'm out. I'm out. To me, we're here to make money. That's kind of the bottom line, and that's my bottom line. I'm here to make money. We're all here to make money. If I can't achieve my goals I set for myself, I'm completely out of the top dasher running, and we're moving on to something else. So that's kind of the mentality that I have going in. I'm not going to let it mess with my earnings doing this. Not sure anyone else, but I ignore on the estimated time, just focus on the miles and money, but I tend to just drive in San Francisco. City's not large and heavily driving city. Me personally, I think timing is everything. That's kind of how I judge how I'm doing per hour and what I'm doing in my hour, how many, and I'm also going back to Long Island Dasher experience is I also goal myself 3 orders per hour. So that way I'm still achieving also the orders per hour. So I already figured out also in my market. And once again, it's going to be different for every market. If I'm achieving 3 orders per hour, most likely I'm also achieving my $25 per hour as well. But I figured that out for my own market. You might have to do the little bit of math for your own market, but I do that as well. But in order to, hey PJ, how are you? In order to do that, I have to look at the timing, because if an order is going to take me 45 minutes to do a $10 order, to me, it's not worth taking the order because then I'm not going to be achieving my $25 per hour goal, because it only leaves me 15 minutes to achieve $15 more. So just a different outlook and a different way of looking at your breakdown of your orders. So that's why I personally think it's important to look at the timing. Do you have time frame for when you want, Joe Gig, do you have a time frame for when you want to reach Top Dasher? I was looking, I was trying to get it by the end of the month, but I just don't think that's just not going to happen. To me, it's a slow and steady race, so it's going to probably have to happen for the month of August. Oh, sorry, August, wow. October. I swear there's no alcohol in here. It's October. Which is a challenge altogether, just because now, like, once I reach that 70% mark, which as of, I'll actually pull up my ratings so you guys can see them before we leave tonight, but that means I would have to maintain through the whole month of October the whatever I need for a Top Dasher status, which is 70% acceptance rate and 95% for the other one. So it should be an interesting month. That's the only thing I can say. Diane, just logging in. Do you still wear a mask when delivering? I see delivery drivers in my area not wearing masks. I wear a mask and gloves. Yes. So it is a requirement from Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub. It's a requirement that we wear masks. So I personally, I double mask. That's just me. I am a very big protector of my daughter obviously is 4. So it doesn't have the vaccine yet, and my husband has his heart condition. So like I go out there with the mindset like I'm protecting my family each time that I go out there. So I double mask, I wear gloves, but that's just me protecting my family. And I get a lot of questions regarding that, but that I don't feel bad about doing it just because it's what it's what I feel comfortable doing. Protecting my family. Like I can't even, I would not want to be the person responsible for giving my family COVID. Like that's just kind of my mentality, and maybe it's a little germaphobe, but it's okay. I'll be germaphobe. It keeps my family safe, and I know I come home and I know I'm protecting them. So that's why I do it. But it's supposed to be a requirement of DoorDashers and Uber Eaters. Is that a word? Uber Eat drivers to wear masks going in. Technically, it's in the terms of service even, because I was reading the terms of service the other day. It's actually in the terms of service that you're supposed to wear a mask going into a restaurant, out of a restaurant, even in your car, but I think that might be more for rideshare. And then also delivering to a customer's house as well. So that's actually in the terms of service. I was reading that the other day. William Anderson, if you accept 23 deliveries a day with no declines for the last 3 days of the month, even if your acceptance is a 0%, you should be able to reach 70%. But thank you for the math, but the thing is, I'm a multi-apper, so I don't know how that would work with, multi-apping with Uber Eats and Grubhub, because I'm not taking as many orders. Like I'm probably taking 5 to 7 orders on DoorDash per day. So I feel like it's more of a slower progress, and I'm not going to be one of those people who literally just does only DoorDash just to achieve Top Dasher status, because then I'll be losing out on money, and I'm not going to be losing my earnings just because I decided to try to go for Top Dasher. Like some other people we all know. I'm just saying. Was that a little bit of a dig? Sorry. Thank you, Lisa. No one should ever apologize for protecting the family. We all saw what UDM went through, yeah. And yeah, my heart goes out to UDM and his family and what he went through. it's hard. It's I don't want anybody to go through that. Like it's serious. And my personal opinion is I personally take it seriously. I think some people don't take it seriously. It just depends on your outlook and this whole entire thing. But I personally don't like wearing masks. I think I hate wearing masks, but I do what I have to do to protect my family, and that's kind of the mentality I do when I go out every single day. I just protect my family. And I'm also like, you guys don't see it, but I have like this humongous, like it's probably like this big bottle of Purell in my car that like even when like gloves come off, like I'm Purelling like crazy because I'm like I'm not being responsible. I'm not responsible for something coming into my house. Okay, guys, so any last questions, get them in because I'm going to be ending shortly. PJ, when I'm block away from customer, mask up in case they're waiting outside for me. Yes. You never know, especially handed to me customers like that direct contact. That's not that it scares me. I'm never really scared of anything, but like that's to me, that's when I really double mask because I trust myself. I just don't trust other people. Diane, thanks. I work in a healthcare mental health gig part-time, also cancer survivor. Oh, thanks, Diane. I am protecting myself, family. Yeah, absolutely. Especially, people with cancer, heart disease, like there's so many autoimmune diseases that are out there that it could really affect. And I just think it's just once again, my personal opinion. I know we all have opinions on masks. Once again, it's not like I like it. Yeah, and also when I do hand it to the customer, I'm always like, here you go. But that's just me. Protecting my family. Bottom line is you can also get deactivated. There have been a lot of Dashers and Uber Eats people who have been deactivated because customers have complained that they've gone to the house. And let's face it, guys, how many houses do you see that have the iRings or some kind of video doorbell? I feel like almost every house has some kind of video camera spying on you, and you know those people are looking. Yeah. So I'm just saying, people are watching when you don't think people are watching. People are watching. And also with Uber Eats too, they have that power of giving you a thumbs down. I don't know whether DoorDash has that. I don't know. I've never really seen the restaurant end of DoorDash. I've only seen kind of the Uber Eats end of DoorDash, but I know they can give you. They can thumbs down you. Oh yeah, Lisa, let me know. I'll let you know where I'm working this weekend. Let me know if you're coming down this area again. I'll be more informed this time that you're coming, and I'll give you the areas to go to and stay and not go to, so you're actually become a little bit more affluent in my area. But let me know, and I'll let you know. Beach dude, just regarding health, I think it's important that we enter crowded restaurants for pickups. I think it's important to mask, absolutely. As for a customer, I mask at the last block. Toss it to the customer. I wish I could toss it to the customer. That would actually be really funny. Oh, shit. That would actually be really funny. PJ, I wear a mask at home now because I'm taking care of my 85-year-old mom. Aw. And I'm vaccinated. I hate it, but family first. Family is always first. I'm telling you. And that was one of my messages on Hannibal. My family is my priority. Gig work comes second, and that's just the mentality that I have going into this. Nothing is more important than my daughter and my husband and keeping them safe and being here for them, and that's my priority, and then everything else kind of comes second. Okay, guys, so it is time to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun with you guys today. So, guys, we'll be doing this again next Tuesday, 9 o'clock, same time. So, join me then. And everybody have a fantastic week. And as always, guys, kindness is always free. Stay safe and stay healthy. And peace out, everybody.